Welcome. It's story time. Anytime. To all my story lovers. Today's story name is The Selfish Groom. The story written by Sudha Murty and taken from the Magic Drum. Let's go to the story. Dhanagupta, a famous rich merchant, had only one son, Yashodhana. The child was born when his father was already quite old, and being the only child, was brought up with a great care. When he became a young man, his father started thinking about his marriage. But Yashodhana told him, I will choose my own bride. I want someone who is intelligent. She should also be careful with money and not a spendthrift. After all, she will become the wife of a merchant with a vast business one day. Please give me a chariot, a servant, and 4 horses. I will travel around the country and find such a wife for myself. His father agreed and gave him the chariot, servant, and the horses. Thus Yashodhana set off to look for a bride. He traveled all over the country, met many women and their hopeful fathers. But whenever a beautiful woman appeared before him, he would say, I will marry you, but first take this bag of paddy. I want you to cook me a meal of rice, dal, vegetables, and curd with this. Only if you do this will I marry you. Whenever heard this strange condition went away without trying. A few tried but could not succeed. In this way, many months went by, and a weary Yashodhana arrived with his equally tired servant and the horses at a small village. There he saw a small but neat hut, and sitting in front of it, an old man and his daughter. The girl was beautiful, with dark, intelligent eyes. Yashodhana was suddenly hopeful. He went up to them and told them about his condition. The girl smiled when she heard him and said, Of course, I can do it. It is not difficult. Why don't you rest a while and I will get your meal ready? And astonished Yashodhana settled down to wait. Soon he nodded off to sleep. After some time he felt someone shaking him awake. It was the girl, inviting him to lunch. He washed his hands and sat down. To his amazement, the girl served him fluffy white rice, 2 types of vegetables, a bowl of steaming hot delicious dal, and soft refreshing curd. He ate the meal and then could not hold back his curiosity any longer. How did you do it? He asked. The girl smiled. First, I pounded the paddy and poured a lot of rice. Then I took the husk of the village jeweler who needs it for his work. He gave me money in return, with which I bought the vegetables and the oil. Then, since there was more rice than could be eaten by one person, I sold the rest and got the curd and some ghee. It took me a little time to cook it all, and then your meal was ready. Yashodhana was amazed. Quickly he revealed who he was, and the son of the country's richest man. But the girl was not impressed. She stood back, folded her arms, looked him in the eye, and said, You may want to marry me, but I don't want to marry you. Look at the state of your horses and your poor servants. Did you think about them and feed them properly when you were traveling? I think a lot. You asked me to cook only for you. What about them? You need to learn some manners and kindness before you can even think of marrying me. And ashamed, Yashodhana went back home empty handed. Over the next few months, he mended his ways and one day arrived at the girl's hut on foot. There he humbly asked her father for her hand. The girl looked at his face. Now shorn of arrogance, she also noticed the love in his gaze and agreed. Yashodhana and his wife looked after their large business with intelligence, compassion, and honesty for many, many years. Now, this is the end of the story. Do you like it? Then comment it. Subscribe my channel. Bye bye.